Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Who are you, Blues fan? We're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
BlueNote Fan Report coming to you live from the island of Oahu. Hello, and happy holidays to each and every one of you. I hope you all had a great Christmas. I got something special. I'm going to show it here in a little bit. Really a special gift. I greatly appreciate it. It's really good, man, and it's perfect. We'll show it here in a little bit. I'm excited, man. Are you excited? Hockey starts back. We're just getting into that almost a halfway point. We got about, I don't know where we're at. I forget where we're at. I got to look at it again. But we got live events coming up, everybody. We got live events. Live events are 3 days away. 3 days away from the first live event. If I think I got that right, 4 days away. 4 days away from the first live event. Wow, man. 4 days away to an exciting live event. And I have been told that there should be alumni there. Can't promise, but have been told should. We'll do this real quick. I'll pull. Now, for those of you that can't make it, it will be broadcast live now, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. It will be live. I will put out another event for the broadcast, right? 7 o'clock. We'll welcome everybody there. We'll talk. We'll answer some questions there. We'll get some things going. Do some of that, and then at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Yeah, it's late, but what the hell? Why not? We'll do the standard show. It's a Monday night. It's actually New Year's Day observed. So I'm not sure what time they're doing. I think they're doing the same thing with the Winter Classic that they did with the Blues. Started later, so it might actually still be going on. It's an East Coast game, so maybe. Blues will be getting ready to head to Toronto. Will be on their way to Toronto. I do know that they're on their way to Toronto. I thought we were going to get a newspaper guy there, but we probably won't. But the next day, we're going to do the standard show, the standard, game day show from Cusamanos, man. I'm excited about that. I am really excited about that. Thank you, E. Yes, they are getting their butts whipped. They got Czechs got a 5-minute power play, and they took advantage of it. Right? Jason Nichols. Yeah, they're going to have to. I get it. I got an Aloha. Not sure who that is. I can look real quick. I got different people messaging me right now, so I'm trying to figure things out. Trying to get things figured out a little bit. My messages sometimes with all the messages, it does get really hard figuring out who's sending me what and where I'm at and what I'm trying to do to the best of my knowledge, which is usually a failure. So as you guys have all figured out, no, it wasn't on that one. That is a surprise. Normally I get them on here. Oh, no, because that's the wrong one. Oh no, that's the right one, I think. No, here it is. Oh, that was Jason Nichols with the Aloha. Okay, he hasn't figured out how to show his name the right way yet. He'll figure it out someday. Someday, maybe while we're in St. Louis, I can show him. I can show him how to do it. Windy City, no NHLT, and able to travel until the 27th. Yeah. Well, that means because wow, because of the storm. So that means tomorrow's game could get messed up a little bit. Well, no, who's coming in? Toronto's coming in tomorrow. So wow. Yes, he did. Schnugard did. I did see that. I did see that, Shockey. I saw that. I was out doing some stuff. Guys, I'll be right back. I want to show these things. Stand by. Stand by to stand by to stand by.
I guess guy went off screen or something. There he is. Very nice. Very nice. I dig it.
Is that spiffy or what? Can you hear me, Aaron?
But hold on.
There you go. I could hear you for a second. I heard you say hold on, and then it went away. Are you there, Ash? She was there. I could hear her. I heard her at first. Yeah, man, this is gonna keep me nice and warm. Can you hear me, Ash? Ash, you can hear me. We can't hear you. Check yours because before you said hold on, I heard you say hold on, and then it went away. Hold on, Wendy. Hold on, Wendy. Windy City Hockey. There we go. Man, this thing is warm. I mean warm. Okay, I heard it pop in. Now let's let her put herself in while I'm trying.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can. You said hold on, and I heard that, and then it went away.
Well, I couldn't hear anything when I first got on, which was weird.
Oh,
so that's why I was like,
okay.
okay, hold on.
Something might have muted out. I had mine turned down. I might have had the volume turned down here on here because of the thing. I'm trying to get Wendy in here, and I got to take this. Didn't this thing cool?
Yeah, it is. I like that. That's spiffy.
I say cool, but it's also I'm burning up. I am burning up in this thing.
Hey, Guido. I mean, that is nice. That is real nice.
This is old style. So I like the older style jackets.
Yeah.
You know, the satin ones.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, I like the older style too, but like I'm doing like vintage t-shirt.
Yeah. You know who would like that? My buddy, the guy that was doing Brett.
Okay.
You know, he sells vintage blue stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. My hat has got that what do you call it? The go away, the ghosting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely ghosting.
Yeah, I might have to take the hat off because that's going to be a little too much for me to see the ghost. But no, I'm looking forward. I sent Wendy a link, so he should be jumping in here. Wow.
Oh, cool,
I'm excited. I'm excited. We're 4 days away from a live the second ever live game day type show. Right? I did one back in December. I did one 4 years ago, December 30th, 2018. This will be the second one where I'm not talking. Well, I've done other lives, but not where it was like in season and all of that. This is really the first. This will be the first ever in-season live that we're doing. Pretty much. Can you still, Ash, can you, she went away. Something happened. Something happened. Hey, Brad, how are you doing, Brad? I get into St. Louis on Wednesday. I think Thursday we might be able to record something, you and me, because I know you want to do it. I don't want to do it live, buddy. I want to record it so we can play it later. How's that sound? Do you like that? All right, Ash should be popping back in. Or Wendy, I sent you a link, buddy. I sent you a link. This is the jacket's brand new, man, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh yeah, that's right. I did do the one at Cyberge for Stanley Cup. I forgot about that. Okay, so this will be the second ever. I did a live at Cyberge for the Stanley Cup for Game 3. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Right? I forgot about that one. So I did a live for my birthday on 2018. I did the live for the Cyberge one. This will be the first one that I do live with my real camera setup, like my real setup now. So it's still the biggest difference is going to be I'm not going to have a monitor in front of me like I do now, right?
Yeah.
Like in front of me, I'm going to have everybody else. Right? I'm having you bring your laptop so you can have your laptop set up. We're gonna. They told me the best way to do it is to link. I use my phone as a hotspot, but just for us, right? Just for us, and we'll set it up that way. Cusimano's, I'm going to use 2 computers, but at JP Fields, we're going to use 3, if not 4.
Okay.
Right? Because I think I'm going to set one, because JP Fields, I don't know if you've ever been there, right? They have one room that's got a lot of lighting that we're going to set up in, and it's the smaller of the 2 rooms. But if we get enough people, I'm going to set another computer up with a little camera, right? And then shoot us on the wall. So not only can they see us, they'll be able to hear it. Or hear us, they can see us.
Okay.
And it'll be a live. It'll be live because it'll be I'll set it up to where they're showing exactly what the StreamYard stream, not the delayed stream that everybody else in Streamland would get.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, I'm like 30-something hours away. So check the checks. Just slammed Canada 5-2. That's huge. That is a huge loss for Canada.
Yeah, it is.
Right? And Connor Bedard having his coming out party, he did not have a good coming out party today.
Actually, Bedard was probably the best player on Canada's ice tonight.
That's not saying much when you get beat 5-2 as bad as they did, and especially the penalties they took.
The penalties they took too many penalties just because Dean's an idiot out there.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, they were bad penalties, though.
Yeah, but
right?
Dean was the one that had
the hit to the head was an absolute hit to the head. There was no ands, ifs, or buts about that.
Dean had 3 penalties going right up before that 5-minute major.
Yeah. Who does he play for? Who is he drafted with?
I don't think he's been drafted yet.
Oh, so his year's coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the main prize that everybody's wanting to get the first pick for.
I thought, well, no, Bedard is. Bedard's
is
the one everyone wants for the first pick.
Oh, that's who I'm sorry. I must have missed.
Yeah. No. This is different. This is what's his first name?
I have it actually on my computer here. Hang on.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm a little off right now. Oh, Wendy, did you see what I showed earlier?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man. Now, can you see it?
Is that a starter jacket?
I think so. I love it, man. And it's warm. I'm burning. I put it on and I'm immediately burning up. No, Mitchell's and Ness.
Oh, that looked like a starter one.
No, it's a Mitchell and Ness.
Zach
I can't
Dean.
wear a jersey with it, but it'll definitely go with all my other stuff.
His name's Zach Dean. He was drafted first round, 30th overall by Vegas in 2021.
Oh man, he fits perfect with that. He fits perfect with them. Right? He absolutely fits perfect with them. I would think. I mean, the style of play, the roughness, to just get out there and don't care, and it's an individual game. I think he fits that team perfectly, doesn't he?
Vegas is going away from that with the type of coaching staff they have now.
They have three of the biggest individualist players in the league on their team. Stone, Pietrangelo, and Eichel. Right? Pietrangelo used to seem like he was a team player. He doesn't anymore. Stone has never really been a team player. And Eichel's Eichel. Right?
The only one I agree with is Eichel. Stone's a team player. Petrangelo's been a team player.
Then, but not now.
I think he is now too. I don't see where you're going with that at all.
Wendy, you agree? Disagree?
I disagree. I really just think Eichel is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I just see it. I just see Stone now. When I see Stone, it just seems like he's playing for Stone.
No, he's playing for Vegas. He is a team player. You just might not like him because of some dirty hits he's thrown, but overall, he's always been a team player.
Right. Avs. I don't know if McDavid is an Avs fan or what. He's just an anti-Blues fan. I know that. Right. And going to be like Cale Makar and Bo Bryan. Is the captain on the Champions du Panthers. Okay, whatever that means. I kind of blow him off a little bit. I am ready for the second half of the season to start. Are you? Well, we're just about at the second half, right? Where are we in the 30 game mark? 33 game mark for most teams?
32 for the
32
Hawks.
Game mark, yeah. So we're almost there. I can't say it's Stone because he owns us. I don't think he owns us.
I mean, he does pretty well against us. I'm not going to lie. And that's kind of why I say that I don't like Nathan McKinnon, because he's just too damn good. He's talented and he kills the Blues every time he plays him. But it doesn't mean that I literally don't like him. I just don't enjoy when we play him.
Yeah, I get it.
And the same as with Stone. I wouldn't say that he's not a team player. He is. He's a very good hockey player, very good team player. I don't like playing him, but it doesn't take away from his contributions to his team.
How does it feel, Wendy, to have the winner's ugliest hockey sweater for Christmas?
What?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's saying there. He's trying to troll you.
Again, Ryan, you were drafted by the Blackhawks. His namesake was drafted by the Blackhawks.
Yep. I love that. I just love that fact, man. December 30th, 8 p.m. Well, starting at 6. Show starts at 7. The broadcast is at 8. JP Fields in Clayton. Please, man, if you can show up, show up. I'm going to be posting the video links today. Any surprises from the World Juniors today besides Canada getting whipped?
Finland losing.
Yeah, that was just a tight game though, and the Swiss have always played them well, so that one didn't surprise me as much. I think the Sweden 11-0 shellacking surprised me more.
That's not a surprising one because when you're putting Sweden up against, who are they playing again?
Was it Denmark?
No, it wasn't Denmark. They aren't even in the tournament.
I can't remember. Was it Latvia?
Yeah, when you're
No,
putting Latvia in a tournament, you're going to get whipped.
I'd have to look it up. I don't have it. I have to look it up on my phone here real quick. Went and bought me some long underwear since I don't have any. Hey, Ash, can you? Okay, never mind. He can't come on now. I was gonna say send Lance a link, but.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, what am I doing here? Too many things. Right. What about the USA's win 5-2? And I think that was Latvia, wasn't it? Let's see. Sweden played Austria. That's who it was.
U.S.
Latvia
played
USA.
Latvia.
And say again.
Yeah, U.S. played Latvia.
Latvia,
Switzerland played Austria. When you're playing a team like Austria, who's really shouldn't be in this tournament, they're only in this tournament because of the pure factor that Russia is not allowed in the tournament. You're going to get beat.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't just let the kids play under like the Russian Federation or something like they do in the Olympics.
They won't do it because this is a full like an actual run by the IHF, not the Olympics.
But doesn't the IHF coordinate with the IOC?
They do, but they aren't affiliated.
Okay. Right. Guy, what do you like most, the takeoff or the landing on a plane? I like them both. I don't have an issue with either one of them. Right. I'm hoping it's actually I was looking, it was supposed to be a couple of cold nights while I'm there. Couple of cold nights, but I'm hoping on Friday it's kind of nice. Oh, Windy went away. We lost the Windy.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I'm just talking today, Ash. I'm not, nothing in particular, just kind of having some fun, just talking. How was your Christmas there, Miss Ashley?
Oh, it was nice. How was yours?
Not bad. Anything, you get anything good?
Randy got me the banner for the basement of the Blue Stanley Cup win.
Okay.
Very nice. Then he got the one of Detroit to show me that they have quite a few more wins, but whatever. They're both going to hang in our basement.
Yeah. Right. What about you, Wendy? Any special Christmas gifts today?
Well, I'm now a partial season ticket holder for the Hawks, so that was the main one.
There you go. What games you planning on going to?
I'm going to a game on the 17th against Buffalo. One of my tickets were already used for the Marianne Hossa night. Then I'm going to see the Ducks for a tank-off game. And then see the Stars and the Ottawa Senators.
Sen should be a good one.
That's going to be the return of Alex DeBrincat to the United Center. That's the reason why I chose that one.
Well, I mean, that's for you, that's special, but I mean, he was only a Hawk for what, 2 years?
Longer. 5.
Not much longer, was it?
It was 5.
5? Okay.
He was beloved in Chicago.
It just seems like he wasn't there that long. Like he's not.
I
don't know. But he give a video tribute to anybody. I mean, they've given video tribute to guys that have played like one shift.
DeBrincat was beloved by Blackhawk fans throughout the city, and when they traded him, the Blackhawks heard how much they screwed up.
Well, I mean, they got nothing for him.
Actually, we got our top defensive prospect out of it.
Okay, fair enough.
You probably could make the roster next year.
I just remember you complaining that you didn't get anything for him.
We didn't get a lot for him. They should have got more, but they didn't because they were rushing a trade out.
Oh, wow. I just seen that. Someone tried the Michigan and the Czech player slapped it right off the stick.
Adam Fantelli, projected number 2 overall player, went to try the Michigan. Then Connor Bedard also attempted the Michigan.
Did he get slapped off his stick too?
No, the goalie made a save on it.
Mhm. Well, the first one that I saw got slapped off. Oh, here it is. Here's Bernard's. Oh, yeah, he put it right in his face. The goalie had it the whole way. Goalie had it the whole way. Hate Michigan's per 60. Yeah, the Czechs just had their number today, man. They just, and especially on that 5-minute power play, they wore Canada down. They wore Canada down something, and then were just all over the net. Do you think the Blues make the playoffs? And what are your second half prediction for the Blues? Ooh, that's hard. Uh-oh, Ash is mad. Sorry, Ashley. Sorry. I guess I didn't. I'm sorry, man. Okay, what do you think there, Wendy?
No, and they play a little bit better for the second half.
Oh, I can't see them not making the playoffs. I just can't. There's too many. They've played the majority of their hard games already.
There's something with this team I don't see and trust them to see them competing for a playoff spot.
I do. I just think that the hardest part of their session is already gone. I think the Big Ten January is a huge month. January is a huge month, and I think the biggest thing is going to be, when or do you trade? Who and when do you make a trade? Right? Do you wait to the deadline or do you make it earlier? And sometimes I think you get better value if you make it earlier. Right? I think a lot of times these guys that are going to get traded, they wait too long and you lose value on them. You'll get better value if you trade them earlier.
I don't think so, because there are players who get traded at the deadline, and it's because there's trading wars. Like, you're getting into bidding wars with other teams on the player, and it's causing value to jump up on deadline day.
I don't know. I just, because a lot of times when you see these trades, especially when it's a rental, it just doesn't seem like you're getting the value for them.
Well, look what happened with the Avalanche. They had the player, or got the player, and what's his face? Arturi Lehkonen, and he ended up putting up the series clincher in the conference final, and then the Stanley Cup winning goal as well. And become a solid player for the roster this year.
Fair enough. I don't know. My head's kind of out there, man. I'm like almost on an airplane, so I leave tomorrow night, midnight my time, so like 4 a.m. your time.
Mm-hmm.
But leave here. I got to fly into Phoenix. Got like a 2-hour layover to Phoenix before I head to St. Louis. Here's the thing. You can't keep both Tarasenko and O'Reilly unless you're absolutely positive you can make a serious, deep playoff run. We can't get absolutely nothing. We need some sort of return for either Vladdy, O'Reilly, or both. I don't see I got sent something yesterday, and someone thought that the Blues were going to make like a bunch of trades. And the more I looked at it, I'm like, no, I don't see it. They had Vladdy going to New Jersey. I can't see him going to New Jersey. I don't see him that being one of the teams that he would choose to go to.
The Devils are good.
Yeah, but that's, I think wherever he goes, he's going to go long term. He's not going to rental. You know what I mean?
No, I could see him go for a short term, quick cup run, and then go free agent.
Yeah, I still just have this weird feeling that he's staying in St. Louis.
I don't.
I do. I do. Because he's quietly having a very good season. He's quietly having a very good season, and you don't see it because he's not putting up a ton of goals. but he's putting up the assist. He's doing the things that he needs to do. And I think he's at like 30 points already.
I don't know.
I'd have to look it up here real quick. I got too many things going on. My ADHD is going crazy right now. Terashenko. Where are we at here? He's got 10 goals and 17 assists. So 27. I think that's right. Yeah. So 27 points, which isn't great, but it's like almost tops on the Blues.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have to go see if I can pull a game note, updated game note. No, I don't have anything yet for tomorrow's game. I don't know why the NHL getting the game notes out ahead of time. You would think, after both teams are done, they would get these things out. But like the game notes for tomorrow aren't out yet. And you'd think they'd already be out.
It's because the NHL has a rule in place where nothing can be done, media or even team stuff done the day before the NHL season gets back.
Yeah, they have a lot. They have a freeze on the 23rd. There's a no trade freeze on the no.
There's also
freeze on
that
the 23rd.
No trade freeze goes on until midnight tonight.
Yeah.
So teams cannot do anything up until midnight tonight. So once it hits midnight, the 27th, teams can start doing stuff. Hence why teams who are on the road for games tomorrow are traveling in the morning tomorrow.
Wow. That's surprising. I thought they would have let them travel tonight, or let them travel this evening.
If I was a team, I would, since they are able to do stuff right when it hits the 27th, I would have told my team, hop on a plane. We're going at midnight to the game for a game that's at either 6 o'clock.
The problem is a lot of the airports wouldn't be, especially with the weather right now.
The charter flights are different.
Right.
Charter flights are different than commercial flights.
Sorry, man. My head's not all there tonight, Wendy. Armstrong's going to want a first-round pick for either one of those players. Yeah, I could see Vladdy getting 2 first-rounders. I could see O'Reilly getting 1.
I can't see O'Reilly getting a first.
I do. I still do. Well, the Buffalo game tomorrow's been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Buffalo game, Buffalo at the Blue Jackets has been canceled because they can't get out of Buffalo. Right? And Toronto's not that far from Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just across the lake. It's 60, 70 miles from Buffalo. Isn't that right, or is it further than that?
It's pretty close. Let me see. It's a 100-mile drive.
Okay. Saki's saying Montreal. Is Montreal pretty close to Buffalo? I thought Montreal was farther up.
I thought Montreal's further.
Yeah. But as the crow flies, I think it's even shorter than that drive from Buffalo to.
Oh, Montreal is a 397-mile drive, so Toronto's much closer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I knew Toronto was really close to both Buffalo. I knew they were close to Detroit. Right? I knew they were close to Detroit. But I also knew that they were near Buffalo too. So that's who the Blues are playing. They're playing Toronto. So Toronto could be delayed getting into St. Louis tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right? St. Louis is going to have to take advantage of that. Absolutely. We'll be online. We'll be live for that one. I'm not going to do a long show tonight, man. There's only a few people watching, and Ashley's already mad at me. So, oh, I have my good days. I have my bad days. Guess I'm having a bad one, Wendy. What is your outlook for Chicago? I mean, are you guys going to tank hard for Bedard?
They already are. They're 32nd in the league.
Yeah, but I mean, are they going to get things together or
Probably not.
probably not?
They're going to end up getting more draft picks at the trade deadline, and then after that, some of the young guys come up from Rockford, and then they send them back down after the regular season ends in Chicago to play in the Calder Cup playoffs.
Well, let me say a big thank you to John Hefner, E. Guido, Erickson Krieger, Ryan Green, Jessica Lee Ball, Jason Nichols, Jeremy Brander, Brad Pond, and Sammy Helms putting that thumb in the air. Thank you so much for telling us that you care. Hey, I went skating, Wendy.
You
I
did?
went skating. I actually figured out how to skate backwards a little bit.
Oh.
First time. I have never been able to skate backwards on nothing. Roller skates.
Really?
Ice skates, rollerblade. No, I don't have the hips, right? To skate backwards, you really have to have, your hips. I ran. So my hips are more of a forward motion, not a side to side motion. So it's very hard for me, but I was able to get myself backwards and get moving a little bit. I think I went about 100 feet, I tried to do some moves. I ended up being able to spin around.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it might. I'm waiting. Hopefully, I sent her something. I haven't got anything back yet. I did see Randy come in, so. But the message I got kind of, yeah. With the World Juniors, what do you think?
Well, Canada is still the favorites to win this, even though they got blown out by the Czechs today. But I have Canada going for gold. Then it's going to be Sweden ending up with the silver, and the bronze could go to the Finns because I really don't think the U.S. is strong enough in this tournament.
Maybe. I don't know. I always think that the U.S. has always got a chance.
They do, but this year this is one of the weakest teams they've put out in the tournament.
Fair enough. They had a good game today. I mean, they didn't. I mean, they didn't wake up till the third, but I think the one thing that I don't like about these, first of all, these things with these tournaments, I'd like to see them make a big change to these tournaments and to get teams a lot closer. Like I'd rather have 2 Canadian teams and 2 US teams than some of the bottom teams.
You can't. That won't ever happen. That's just like screwing with the World Cup of Hockey from 2016 and having 2 teams that don't even need to be existing in Team Europe and Team North America.
Team North America, the junior team. Well, Team North America was the young kids.
Yeah.
And Team Europe was all the European countries that were not represented in so it allowed a lot more players to play.
Yeah, but doing something like that will never be good for the tournament.
What good does it do for Austria to get beat 12-0?
It helps.
What good does that do for the players on Austria? How many of the players on Austria are going to get drafted or have been drafted?
Not many of them, but the thing is, it helps with the development process in Austria, building a hockey program. Look what happened with Slovakia. You haven't seen Slovakia been a full competitive team, but they've been in the tournament for years. But then they went on to win silver last year in the Olympics, and they've become a top hockey country from it. Having countries like that in the tournament's actually good for countries to build prospects to go in to the hockey world.
Okay, I mean that's fair enough. I don't know. For me, I see it. The blowouts don't do me any good, right? To me, that's not. That's like with women's hockey. The problem with women's hockey, you have two teams, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. There's no. I would rather see for the women's world tournament add 2 Canadian teams, 2 U.S. teams.
Won't ever happen.
Right.
That's basically turns into an all-star game at that point, and it doesn't work for development.
It's an all-star game to begin with.
Not really. I get it. You know who's going to make it into the gold medal game between the women's teams between U.S. and Canada all the time. But you really have a harder time to project when it comes to other countries making the tournament and playing upset hockey, because some teams go in and they do upset teams. Look at Germany. Germany's really never been viewed as a top hockey market, but now they are developing some of the better hockey players in Germany coming over to play the North American game.
I know, but it just, I don't know. When I see these blowouts, it just, to me, it takes, I know in Canada, this World Juniors tournament is huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like, almost like our Little League World Series, right?
I think the World Juniors is still bigger because it's bigger for more countries than just Canada.
Which one are you talking about?
The World Juniors.
World Juniors?
It's by far bigger than the Little League World Series of a bunch of 10-year-olds playing in a tournament on TV. That's basically what that is.
Yeah, well, that's a world tournament, though. That's more teams than just the U.S., too.
But it's not as big as like a World Juniors, which is a truly...
I bet you they get better ratings than the World Junior does, with the exception of in Canada.
The World Juniors get some of the largest viewings throughout the world. It's one of the largest hockey tournaments out there.
I'll have to look that up. I'd have to argue. I mean, I like the World Juniors. I do. Don't get me wrong. I do like the World Juniors. It's just some of these blowouts I just don't like at all. And it just makes the game hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It just really makes the game. When the talent level's that, far apart, for me, it just makes it really hard to watch. Where are we at? I don't know. What do you want to talk about, Wendy?
Nothing really, I guess. I think we've pretty much talked about the World Juniors.
Yeah, we talked about the World Juniors, talked about the games tomorrow. There's some good games tomorrow. We'll go over that. The Bruins are at Ottawa. These are the 7 o'clock Central Standard Time games. The Blackhawks take on the Hurricanes. That should be a butt whipping. Capitals.
Carolina has a historically bad start after the Christmas break.
The Capitals
with history of winning after the break coming on the road.
I like the one thing I do like the NHL does is they alternate years. So one year you get the games at home, the next year you're away.
Feels like the Hawks are on the road every year, though.
No, they alternate it. They absolutely alternate it.
Last year the Hawks were on the road.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I thought they were at home.
Nope, on the road.
Well, I know with the Blues it alternates every year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because that was one of the things. The 26th used to be like a big game for the Blues, right? December 26th was like an annual game, and then they took that away. So you got the Caps at the Rangers. The Sabres and Jackets have been postponed due to weather. The Penguins are at the Islanders at 7:30. The Central Standard Time games. Dallas is at Nashville. That's going to be a big game. The Wild are going to take on the Jets up there in Canada. The Maple Leafs come down and face our Blues. 9 o'clock, the Avalanche travel to Arizona. Arizona's got a chance to get another win. The Oilers, the Battle of Alberta, 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, Eastern Standard Time. The Sharks will take on the Canucks in another Shuck Hard for Bernard game. And then the Knights take on the Kings at 10:30 at Crypto.com Arena. Didn't that used to be the Staples Center?
Yeah, that's Staples. No one calls it Crypto.com Arena. That's too long of a name, and it's going to forever be Staples Center.
Yeah. So some of it with the naming. I'll tell you, that was one of the things that I've never liked is the naming of stadiums, for what do you call it? Naming rights, the naming rights.
Mm-hmm.
And really, the thing is, one of the first stadiums that did it was Busch Stadium, but there was no naming rights.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when Anheuser-Busch bought the Cardinals and they were in Sportsman Park, they also bought Sportsman Park. They changed the name of Sportsman Park to Busch Stadium. Well, that's because they own Busch Beer. Right? They own Anheuser-Busch. So when they moved, there wasn't a naming rights to it. It was just Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
Until Augie Sr. died, and then they were sold, and then they had to name it, the naming rights of it. But it's like there's no way that Busch Stadium's not going to be named Busch Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
To me, let's say that something happens, Cott Beverages or whatever it is, Cox, whoever owns it, the company that owns it, decides that they're going to shut down St. Louis or whatever, which I don't think will ever happen. But whoever came in, it would be like their field at Busch Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't see not naming that stadium Busch Stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it
I know
would be
what
like
you mean.
not naming Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field has technically never been named after the gum company itself. It's been named after
the owner.
The owner.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, but that's like saying that the Blackhawks aren't named after an Indian.
When they technically are.
When when it comes down to it, they are. Right.
Mm-hmm.
To say, they were named after the military unit. Well, okay, what was the military unit named after?
I would say this, even the Blackhawks recognize that they're technically named after Chief War Leader Blackhawk of the Second Foxtrot. Yeah. They recognize they are named after a person, not a military regiment.
Great unit. Yeah,
Everyone recognizes it that way instead of a military regiment.
But a lot of times when you bring up the logo, right, the first thing I hear out of most Hawks fans is, but it's named after a military unit.
Not true. A lot more people say we're named more after the person than the military regiment.
Well, that's because the military regiment was named after the person.
Mm-hmm.
You can say it was named after the military regiment. That's fine. Problem is, the military regiment was named after the person.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't take it away. It doesn't take the person away from the regiment, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to call it whatever the regiment number was and say that's what you are, well, then yeah, now you're named after the regiment, but you weren't. Mm-hmm. Right? You weren't. And the 103rd Infantry, if you wanted to call it that or whatever they were, the cavalry, whatever. But that's what I'm trying to get at,
Yeah.
It's like saying that the John S. McCain was not named after John S. McCain.
Mm-hmm.
When in all actuality it was named after his grandfather and his father. Right? But when you look at it, you're going to still put him attached to it because his family was the sponsor of the ship. Right? Enterprise lost $91 billion contract today. What is that? What is that there, John? You kind of got me on that one. I'll have to look that up.
Is that meaning St. Louis has to change their arena name again?
I hope not. Oh, I don't know.
Because how many names has that stadium had since it's been built?
4, 5.
That
Kiel
is
Center.
terrible.
Kiel Center,
Yeah.
Savvis Center, and then it was what was Scott Trade Center, and then Enterprise. So 4.
That's terrible.
Right? Yeah, it's well, when you name some of the, some of these companies, like Scott Trade, surprised me that Scott Trade went out.
Yeah.
Right? That Scott Trade went out because they're still a strong company. I thought. I didn't think they folded. I think Scott Trade's still around. It's not like they folded, but Savvis folded.
Yeah.
And Kiel Center, that was the name of the original plaza. Right? What's the Stifle Center, Stifle Theater today is what used to be the Kiel Auditorium. What are you looking up, bud?
Seeing what they're talking about with Enterprise losing 91 million, he said.
Yeah. It says they lost a contract.
I don't know what that means because I don't see anything on it. But
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
like
have to look
for
at it
instance,
later.
since the United Center's been built, it's only had one name. It's always been the United Center.
Well, and that's not surprising. Well, United is based out of Chicago.
Yeah, they're based out of Chicago. Their headquarters.
$91 billion. $91 billion? That doesn't make sense. Maybe $9.1 billion. No, they couldn't have lost a $91 billion contract. That doesn't make sense, John.
What? I have to try and find this because I'm not seeing anything about it.
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking.
Yeah, I don't see anything on it.
Yeah, I'm on KSDK now. I don't see anything, John. I don't see anything. I'm looking, bud. I'm looking. I don't see anything on here. Do you, Wendy?
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm on KSDK right here, and I don't see. Go on news here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there, John, man. Demetrius Johnson, former NFL player, died. Oh, Gateway Arch to require face mask starting Tuesday. Well, I'm not planning on going.
To answer this about the United hubs, yeah, that's right. But their headquartered, the main headquarters for United is downtown Chicago. It's actually their actual offices are in Sears Tower. They basically own the majority of Sears Tower. No one calls it whatever they call it right now because they call it Willis Tower. That's a garbage name. It will always be Sears Tower. But United's actually headquartered in Sears Tower.
Yeah, that's what yeah, I knew that. Well, I mean, that's like TWA. That's why American, that made no sense to me why American bought TWA and then shut down St. Louis as a hub.
Yeah, that's weird.
Why would you shut down a city in the center of the country has a hub? I mean, your only other hub, where else is there got a hub? I know they got one in Dallas. And they got one in Phoenix, but still, Dallas and St. Louis is still 2 hours apart. I would have left St. Louis as a hub, right? Especially as that just being that much closer to Yep, Alexandro from my
The hubs for American Airlines are Miami, O'Hare, LaGuardia, Dallas, Fort Worth, LA.
well well right there because O'Hare's a hub.
Yeah.
That's why.
They
That's why.
also have some hubs in like lower. They have LaGuardia and JFK. They have 2 hubs in New
Yeah.
York.
Well, a lot of them have 2 hubs in New York. So
Not United, actually.
yeah.
United does not have a hub in LaGuardia or JFK. Their
Actually,
hub.
see, the airline I liked flying the most was Delta, but Delta's just so expensive. For me, flying out of here, Delta's got a great flight, and I used to love taking it when I was traveling the U.S. I would leave here at like 10:30 at night and fly into Salt Lake City.
Mhm.
Well, when I hit Salt Lake City, I never had a layover of more than 2 hours. Never. I get into Salt Lake City in the morning, and usually I'm like on a rush. I had like an hour layover or less. I'm in a rush to get to the gate.
Yeah.
Right. And then from there off. But now they don't run that flight as much. To get to St. Louis, I've got to fly to Atlanta most of the time, and that makes no sense to me. Right? That makes no sense because you lose so much time, and especially when the flights are more expensive. Alexandro says he works at Newark Airport, often paving runways. United owns all of Terminal C.
Yeah, that makes sense with United having New York. I get New York isn't in New York. They're technically in New Jersey. That's why I don't say they have one in in New York proper, since they're technically in New Jersey. That's why I had it. I stated they don't have
but it's
one in,
across
LaGuardia
the
or
river,
JFK.
though.
Yeah.
That's across the river. It's like having airport. It's like having an airport in East St. Louis and saying that that's not a St. Louis airport.
I'm just looking at it how I just view stuff like that.
I'm just telling you. So will our game be played tomorrow? Yeah, it should. I don't see it not being played.
There's probably going to be 2 or 3 games could potentially get postponed, but right now there's only 1 game that's going to be postponed.
I don't see any other games getting postponed as long as teams can get out of the. What it's going to come down to is teams getting out of the airports, and right now I think the fact that they, shut Buffalo down, they know that Buffalo can't get out, so the chances that every other team is going to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, Indy, I got to an hour, Wendy, and I didn't think I would.
Mm-hmm.
How's the team, Maddie? I don't know, Maddie. I thought they were doing pretty crappy. Right? I mean, they're from Boston, so they can't be that good. I'm messing with Maddie. He knows it. Well, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for the Blues taking on the the Maple Leafs, and then we got to figure the schedule out after that because for the next week I'll be in St. Louis, so I don't know how I'm going to do shows, especially since I'm going to 2 games. Right? But I will be doing a show for the 3rd game at Cusimano's Bar, so I'm getting there. Right? Wendy, have a great night, man. Thanks for coming on. Sorry I'm a little bobble-headed tonight.
No problem.
I'll talk to you later, Wendy. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. This is Guy to the Wild Blues fan and Nick from Windy City Hockey saying aloha mahalo, and we'll see you on the next BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha.